Hello, today we're going to talk about circuits. All right, a circuit is just a track on which electricity flows. So what it flows through is called a conductor. That's usually in your house, like copper wiring. So electricity goes through that, goes through metals real well. Any good conductor. So the best conductor that you probably know of is copper wiring. It's all through your house. The other one is water. Right? If you put anything electrical in water, it spreads out everywhere. In your house, you have the copper wiring, but then you have an insulator around it. What an insulator is it stops the flow of electricity. So the more common one is rubber. All right, so you have rubber tubing along your wires to keep that electricity in that wire and flowing in one direction. If you just have open wiring, it could be dangerous because you could touch it and get electrocuted. Whereas you can touch the insulation, which is the rubber around it, and not get electrocuted. So conductors and insulators. Conductors send in a circuit, send electricity. Insulators keep it insulated, basically. All right, there's two types of current flow. There's alternating current and direct current. Direct current is more of like a battery. It flows in one direction just constantly. So direct current, that makes sense. It's direct, so when you're going directly towards something, you're going straight to it. Direct current, such as a battery. Your alternating current switches back and forth. The flow charge goes back and forth. This is like a plug or an outlet. What's good about this is it's good for long distances. And generators, using generators is better for long distance. It's also what's in your plug and outlets at your house. So this alternate goes back and forth constantly. Direct current goes in one direction. So that's AC and DC. You can go more into it however you want. That's just the basis of it. All right, for a circuit to continue to flow, it has to be a closed circuit, such as this. So if this is a switch right here, as you can see, we have two different ones. If that switch is closed, then the electricity can flow through, or the electrons can flow. If we take that switch and we open it up, it stops flowing. It's like a light switch in your house. You flip up, you flip it down, it opens the switch, electricity stops, light goes off. You close the switch, electricity flows through the circuit, lights come back on. So if you have an open circuit, electricity won't flow. You need a closed circuit for electricity to flow. All right, and this is the last, probably most important thing that I'm gonna go over with circuits. You also need to know about Ohm's law and stuff like that, but I'm not gonna cover that in this video. So there's two types. There's a series and a parallel circuit. The best way to talk about this is with Christmas lights. All right, when I was younger, you have Christmas lights that you wound around the tree. They didn't have like these trees nowadays where it already's pre-lit. We had to wind them. But first thing you had to do was plug it in, and then there'd be, all the lights would be out. So if you had 100 strand, all the lights would be out, and you have to go through one by one and replace them to see if any lights would come on. It was a real pain. And that is what is called a series circuit. All right, nowadays they have them where they just, one goes out and maybe no other ones go out in that strand of lights, or there's a section that goes out so it shortens it. That's called a parallel circuit. All right, so in a series circuit, as you see, these are my light bulbs. Not the best light bulbs in the world, but good enough for what we need. So in a series circuit, there's only one path. So if electricity is flowing there, there, to there, all right? There's one path. If I cut the wire right there, all of the electricity stops and both lights go off, all right? Because it becomes an open circuit. What we need is a closed circuit. So even if I cut it right there, electricity is still flowing to there, but that light goes off too. They both will go off if one breaks. So in a series circuit, if one breaks, they all break. Or should turn off, whatever you want to say. There's a parallel circuit. If one goes off, they don't all go off. So they can travel through more than one path. If one breaks, others stay on. So if I cut it here, this will go off, but this one and this one will stay on. All right, because it can flow through multiple paths. If I cut this green one back here, the red and the orange will still stay on because it can go through different paths. So if it cuts there, the electricity will still flow down there and around and through there and down. It still flows, all right? It just won't flow to the back one. So that's a parallel. So if in a parallel, if one breaks, the others stay on. Because there is multiple paths. This is one path, this is multiple paths. And that is basically the difference between a series and a parallel circuit. All right, this has been Circuits. I hope it helps and good luck.